VOD watchers, hello. It's really great to have you back for part 6. I hope you enjoyed part 5. I know it was a very emotional run. I'm very grateful to have you on board. We'll see what unfolds tonight. Make sure that if you aren't already, that you're subscribed to the channel. Turn on notifications. If you ever want to watch me live, I'm live at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. Every night except for Mondays. You can catch our playthroughs no matter what it is that I'm going through at the time. Please consider becoming a member of the channel. It's a great way to support the stream financially. Also, you can purchase some merch at drmickmerch.com. All my socials are in the description: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You may have even found this channel from there. Also, leave a comment if at any point something that happens in this playthrough really strikes you. I love reading comments. Please do leave one. Just please don't spoil anything in the comments. And make sure you, take care of yourself. If at any point you need to pause the VOD, take care of yourself because something is becoming distressing to you. Please make sure that you do that. But I appreciate you supporting my channel. Make sure you tell people about it. And I hope that you enjoy this episode. Yes, Bane, this game runs way better on PC, as far as I know. I haven't had any issues yet. All right. Let's take a look really quick. Just remind ourselves what we have available. Meet with Takamura. Talk to the cops. Seems like the PD's taking interest in a neighbor of yours. Even sounded like they knew each other. Will you assume the mantle of a concerned, responsible citizen and ask what's going on? I mean, if you got potential psycho for a neighbor, wouldn't you want to know? Human nature. When a person dies, the world keeps chugging along without skipping a beat. Eventually, all traces of that person fade into nothing. Long story short, that's why your wheels were towed. Want my opinion? The best way to convince the world you're alive and kicking is to get your wheels back. Oh, maybe it's not the most ambitious goal, but for a minor league merc like you, at least it's a start. I actually wouldn't mind getting my car back. Fight on in an animals club. Ooh, feel sorry for you. I do. These guys play hard, but it won't be easy and it won't be fun. These are all very high danger. The gig. Collect your reward from Wakako. All right, let's get our reward from Wakako, and then we'll get our car back, and then we'll go talk to Takamura. So I like the idea of getting a reward, get some money, go get our car. How far do we have? 1.8. All right, so I gotta take a car. You don't mind if I just hop in? Hey, don't worry about it. See you later. Oh my god, this song is so bad. Oh, there we go.
Since we're gonna work together, only right to say hello. They call me El Capitan, and they call you V.
See, no introduction's necessary. I already took care of that.
Someone comes to me with biz, I take care of it. I eat, sleep, and breathe biz. Remember that.
Aye, aye, Captain.
While we're at it, you need fresh wheels, bikes? I got it all. Real good prices. So hit me up anytime, you hear?
You got it, bud. Oops. All right. This car, I'm not a huge fan of this car. Not a lot of info on the dash for me. You have to like look down to get any info that's important, but that's fine. But we jamming. This thing is like, this is not my aesthetic on a car. I'm gonna tell you what. And we'll go right here. Park here. Block this road. All right. Yeah, the driving in this game is fun. It does handle like a boat, though. That car is...
I'll ask one last time. Oh, how does she do that without breaking her back?
Years of practice. You can see it.
Are we still
Where's
going
your cute
somewhere?
little ass rushing off to?
My cute little ass?
Treat yourself to a little RELAXXX.
This is no time for a hand job, sir. I appreciate the offer, though. The Foodie Guide to Night City. The world traveler in Night City is faced with a dilemma. Enjoy the local cuisine or save their gut the trouble? If you don't own a trauma team policy, you're probably better off sticking to the tried and tested chains and exclusive restaurants. But if you do, Night City is full of risk that packs a lot of reward. Here's our risk-reward breakdown of Night City's good eats. For the cautious consumer, Lee. Gourmet dining experience with some of the highest accolades and richest portfolios in the city. If you're after high-quality, locally sourced ingredients, Blue is the place for you. Among its marquee dishes are authentic caviar, oysters, and imported Prosecco. The alabaster white interior, adorned with a minimalist decor, is perfect for a relaxing night out following a day of hustle and bustle. Pepper and Spice. A unique locale on the culinary map of Night City, this eatery was founded by renowned travel icon Tony Halik. Oh my god, Tony Halik. It stands apart from its competition thanks to its diverse menu of transcontinental fusion dishes, most of which are offered at surprisingly reasonable prices. Caribbean, Polish, Kenyan, it's all here. Just not in the combination you've seen before. Crowd favorite? Halik's own vanilla dumplings. For the gutsy gourmand, Buck a Slice. According to urban legend, the NCPD has an entire file on the mysterious deaths of homeless people whose last meal was pizza from Buck a Slice. True or not, bargain seekers living in a Euro-dollar a lunch budget should still be prepared for gastrointestinal distress. Worth the risk? Only if you want a greasy slice of authentic Night City flavor. Plus, their recent recipe chili spurt scaparoni is unlike anything you've ever tasted, but only available on special request. Roulai. At Roulai, you'll find all three of the P's. Potent, punchy, and pungent. Every visit to this local favorite is like playing a game of Chinese roulette. Regulars at Roulai claim you're just as likely to get bearable egg rolls and a halfway decent rangoons as you are tainted tofu or Sichuan salmonella. You've been warned. Doesn't really inspire a lot of confidence. New release brain dances. We already read that.
Yo, ever try rainbow poppers? Purple haze?
No, I can't say I
Every
have.
color under the sun, I do.
I don't know if I've read this. The Chronicles of Titania, Book 1. You haven't an idea what you're talking about. The green-haired woman snorted and mockingly smiled. I've visited many worlds, each built on a lie. All. Although, this might be the first time I've seen its people so stubbornly close their eyes to it. Hassan felt a rage swell inside of him. How dare this woman, outsider to the utopia of Titania, so harshly criticize a system that has guaranteed the happiness of millions, he thought to himself. If anyone's blind here, it's you, Hassan finally erupted. Titania knows no inequity, no scarcity. For the first time in human history, everyone belongs to the privileged class. The woman smiled softly with a mischievous twinkle in her amber eyes. Is that so? She asked. And your work at this cannery? Why are you unhappy here? Hassan forced himself to remain calm, and in truth, he wasn't sure why the stranger's comments had made him so upset. Perhaps it wasn't the foreigner's fault she could not comprehend that humankind finally achieved the ideal society. Her home, as she described it, resembled a primitive world, one long tainted by the stain of feudalism. In a sense, she was like a child. Intelligent, yes, but ignorant and self-righteous to a fault. There must be a group within society responsible for this type of work, Hassan explained. Thankfully, due to the advancement of robotics, the means of production have become fully automized, shifted away from our hands. We now serve only in supervisory roles. So to answer your question, no, I'm not unhappy. The robots do my work for me. Wait, you do know what robots are, right? Of course I do. There's something similar, only made from clay and stone, the lime-haired woman replied, still with a smug tone in her voice. Very well. Your world is done away with work done by hand. But if that's the case, does that not mean workers such as yourself have lost their former value? Suggesting there are none who govern your progress from above your standing, who determine your responsibilities? No response. The woman's golden eyes flashed as she laughed at Vision's confused, flustered silence. My apologies. The stranger's lips curled into an embarrassed smile. Maybe you're an equal member of this corporation? But of what I've seen here, nothing about it matches what you've described. Man, lots of people soliciting themselves to me.
Got something that'll keep you hard for hours.
Hopefully not more than 4. Unless we fix that in 2077. Man, I gotta get out of here. All right. What's up?
Well, well. Who do I spy but V? In my humble parlor, no less.
Wakako, long time no see.
So what brings you here?
We have some outstanding biz to settle. Remember Sandra Dorset?
I don't forget such things, V. Here is your reward. It comes with a fairly ample bonus. Go see a Ripperdoc. They'll weave you a dermo imprint that will enable smart gun compatibility. A Tiger Claw specialty.
I don't know why I'm asking her about her husbands. That's good enough for me. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Meat. Collect your free reward from Cassius Ryder's Ripperdoc shop in the inventory. All right, I'm down. I'll go get that. Need to use smart weapons. Yeah, just like, oh, cool. Thanks for the reward. By the way, why were you married so often? To drive this boat. Oh my God. Okay. Who's putting these construction barriers here? I'm digging this song. Let's turn up the radio. Yeah, give me those layers, baby. surprised there aren't, oh, what is
All
this?
NCPD subcons. APB out for suspect accused of organized crime activity near Ross Street and Shipyard Way. Scavengers led by Yelena Sidorova, presumed armed and dangerous, have assaulted multiple homeless persons. Night City officials are offering a reward for neutralizing the threat.
Way to look out for the homeless. Man, why antagonize homeless folks? Oh, shit.
No, I don't want to.
Yo, knock it off. Carnage power shot.
Eat it, motherfucker!
Whoa! I didn't realize there was still a guy left. This gun is awesome. Counterfeit documents. Scope. Ooh, we'll be taking that motorcycle when we leave. Lighter, that doesn't do me any good. I thought that was going to be a submachine gun. I really didn't think that was going to be a shotgun. It helps if you think of Night City as basically California and the Grapes of Wrath again. It's been a long time since I was supposed to read that book and didn't. Hello, Ripperdoc. I wonder if there's an age limit on when kids can get cyborged. Alright, let's see what you got, big dog.
Let's see what's good.
Take your pick.
Alright. So, how do I know? It was a skin thing, wasn't it? Increases carrying capacity by 20%. Okay. I want to know what my reward was.
How's biz treating you, Cassius?
Lately, can't complain. MaxTac raided a black clinic not long past. Since then, custom accounts gone up, and so my prices. Coincidence? You decide.
Do you hate your meat? Boy, what an advertisement there. You know, advertising is fascinating. A lot of people look at something like this and they basically think, okay, whatever, just an advertisement, move on. But it's important for us to see advertising in as an amalgam, as like a series. You see one-off poster like this, you don't think much of it. You keep seeing stuff like this, and it influences people in a direction where they start to believe that they should hate what they look like. That they should hate their biological components, if you will. It's no different than when you see a ton of cosmetic commercials, or a ton of weight loss commercials, or a ton of testosterone commercials, right? The implication in those commercials is that you should not be satisfied with your weight, with your appearance, with your skin, with your testosterone levels, with it, right? It sends a passive message that you should not be satisfied. Thus, you need this product or this service in order to get you to a place where you will be satisfied. That consistent messaging over time wears on people. It creates representation. So if you see an advertisement like this in a one-off, you think big deal. You see a bunch of these, you start to think, wait a minute, should I be unhappy with my skin, with my body? If there's this many advertisements, that must imply that that there's something better. And you get people to start questioning aspects of themselves. That's what advertising is really all about. It's not selling you on one advertisement. It's selling you on the body of advertisements. It's selling you on the idea. that the advertisement is really just a little piece of. I want to know what the free thing I get is. Give me the free thing. I came all the way here, and you're not going to show me what the free thing I can get is. Oh, here it is. Tattoo. Tiger Claws dermal implant. Allows you to use the smart targeting module in smart weapons. Directly links the user's optical implant to the weapon system, offering real-time data tracking. And that's in my hands. Increases the chance to ricochet shots with power weapons. Directly links the user's optical implant to the weapon system, offering real-time data tracking. So does this replace? Okay. I see. Alright. Let's go get my car back. So wait, what happens if I take my... Interesting. What's up, Faye? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Yeah, hybrid. I was actually originally a advertising major when I went to college, and I got out of it because I didn't really enjoy the advertising classes, and I got burned out on art from a teacher that I had in high school. But yeah, I was the psychology of advertising is always what got me excited about advertising. Really interesting stuff. Woo! Oh yeah, all right, let's go get my car back. Mostly because I want my dog bobblehead back. Why am I not wearing a helmet? Oh, because I have a baseball hat on. Okay. Woo! Good night, Bane. Driving this motorcycle's fun. Can certainly see a lot better. Yeah, I need my dog bobblehead. I need the dog. Oh god. Oh! Who put that there? What's up, Jomio? Wanted to pop in and say hi. Really glad to have found your channel. Currently watching your Red Dead series. Thank you for the dope content. Well, thank you for popping in to say nice things, Jomio. I appreciate that. Wait, what? Oh, it's underneath. Oh, God. Dino Dinovic.
You don't know me, but you will. Name's Dino. Deal with downtown, city center.
V.
Yeah, I know. What about you? Odd stuff. Need anything, you call me. Remember, Dino knows everybody.
What the hell is up with my GPS? right, we figured it out.
Are you fucking crazy?
No, I'm not. Okay. Very Apple Maps vibes. Yes. 3 mouths, 1 desire. Sasha Devon experience. Oh, look, it's my car. That wasn't hard at all.
Johnny, you see what happened? Something feels off here.
You don't say.
Don't mean the wreck. I mean the run. City's most courteous chauffeur ups and drives away from the scene of an accident.
What the hell? Read the message from Delamain. Please accept our sincerest apologies regarding traffic incident number 771111-01096. The Delamain Corporation cordially invites you to its main headquarters in order to assess damages and arrange compensation. I think I will. The hell, Delamain? I have no idea why that just happened. That was wild. Go to Delamain headquarters. That was really out of nowhere. It was interesting that Johnny was sitting with us too. So, I mean, that's the trippy part about this game, right? Is you don't know how much of this is like stuff that Johnny has seen versus stuff that I've seen. What Johnny perceives versus what I perceive. Like, that was weird to get into my car and then have it get destroyed like that, and then immediately have Johnny Silverhand sitting in the passenger seat with me. Like, I really don't know what to make of that. Like, if you were V in... Oh, God. If you were V in this instance... Like, it would really be psychologically taxing to be in this position because you would constantly be questioning your reality. It's basically like being gaslit without being gaslit. And I don't say that lightly. Like, you essentially are having your own eyes, ears, senses constantly questioned because you don't know whether it's your perception or whether it's Johnny Silverhand's. Or whether it's some combination of them both. Like, what an incredibly distressing reality to have to sit with. Delamain HQ. Here we are. Whew. Should probably look both ways before I cross, huh? Delamain.
My lawyer's gonna go data crash on your ass. You hear me? He'll run you out of biz.
Would you be so kind as to give me your lawyer's contact information?
Fuck you, Cirque Brain!
Thank you. Processing data now. Please wait.
You folks in line?
Hey, Del.
Hello, sir or madam. How can I be of service?
Hey! He was lost in 9.
Well, no, I'm not gonna escalate this.
What's got into you, Del? Don't recognize me? You sent me a message saying I should come in about the accident.
You are currently speaking to a Delamain network subroutine. Alas, my operational capabilities are limited. Could you please clearly recite your incident report?
Don't give them any numbers. That's how they find you.
77-011-010-96.
Incident report on file. Confirmed.
96 at the end. Public enemy. Government target.
Your identity has been established. Mr. Hans Jonas, what phrase would best describe your experience of incident number 771111101096?
Actually a little heartbroken about my damaged ride, but I'd rather talk to the real Delamain if I can.
Eve, my apologies if the receptionist was a bother. I'm preoccupied with the crisis that is ongoing, and I simply cannot oversee everything. I've taken the liberty of transferring a settlement to your account to compensate for the damage done.
Oh, thank you.
Special treatment.
Would you mind if we spoke elsewhere?
Sure, let's talk.
Then please, follow the drone.
Thanks, Del.
I'm fully aware customer service is less than satisfactory at the moment. Perhaps a guided tour will prove some form of compensation. This corridor links the shop to the office. And here is where the magic happens. The shop is fully automated. I'm pondering broadening my portfolio to include repair services.
Okay, 343
Alas,
Guilty
the
Spark.
shop is currently overwhelmed with work.
Think I know why.
I'm still looking into the cause of the Delamain network vehicle failures. My working hypothesis is an advanced virus. I must resolve the situation quickly. This sudden rise in incidents is proving costly, aside from drawing unwanted attention to the company. The control room. I feel honored to have you here. Rather, surprisingly.
You don't need no control room? What?
All these lights, what are they for?
That's what I wish to discuss with you. A green light denotes a vehicle with which I am in contact. As you can see, that is no longer the case for some vehicles. Those are the red lights.
Repair drones can't take care of this?
This time, I fear, human intervention is required. I'm aware you offer a broad range of services and are unusually discreet. Thus, I'd like you to assist me in recovering my missing vehicles.
Why is discretion a concern?
Unnoticed, unbothered, right? In my case, broadly tolerated. Yet a marked increase in inspections suggests the authorities have begun monitoring me.
Talking NCPD or Netwatch?
Yes.
The latter.
Oh.
My legal status does not fit neatly within current regulations. If I'm not careful, I could easily be categorized as an illegal immigrant.
Interesting.
Okay, sure. I'll go after your missing wheels.
I'm pleased to hear it. I shall send you the coordinates of their last known locations. You must simply deactivate each. I'll then re-establish the link and return them to my garage.
See what I can do.
Delamain vehicles are exceptionally secure. Be sure to have a scanner with decryption capability on your person.
You gonna give me that? Okay, good. Huh. All right. Well, that's kind of cool. Isn't it kind of crazy to see that, like, the Delamain facility is really, like, super run down despite being, like, incredibly high profile? This is nuts. You know, as nice as automation is, this is where, you know, having some synergy between, like, automation and human is really going to make a difference. Like, basically outsourcing Delamain's customer service to robot, bad idea. Bad idea. People are not going to feel seen, heard, validated, etc. And it's just going to create a massive mess. if you have humans that are able to do the human-to-human interfacing, there's probably a chance that, like, especially if you employed lots of humans to be able to do that and handle Delamain customer service, I feel like that would be a really huge boon. Like, it would be really awesome. You could interface with a human and then leave the automation to the other aspects of this. But, like, when you just completely automate everything, I think you miss out on the importance of humans actually feeling like they're connecting with each other. Like, you can't just completely throw that out and expect that people are going to be fine with it. Like, you can see how frustrated people are talking to that video board out there, which is understandable. I would be too. It's like when you call Comcast or some shit like that, you get the, like, robo shit. It's super annoying and infuriating. Whenever I have to call insurance companies, I have to go through just an absolute litany of, like, automation, and it's infuriating. The struggle of O'Neill Station. The European Space Agency, the ESA, started out with seemingly noble intentions. Will open the door to the universe, the solar system, a home to all, and so on and so forth. It didn't take long for these catchphrases to reveal themselves for what they truly were, colonial ambitions wrapped up in lofty ideals. We, the builders and first inhabitants of O'Neill 1, have witnessed this firsthand. The ESA sent us into space with promises of a new life and a better tomorrow. Instead, what lay in wait for us was a complete lack of freedom and back-breaking work in extremely dangerous conditions. We would have pulled through. We would have toughed it out for the greater good if only they treated us as human beings, informed us of their decisions, listened to our concerns and requests. The ESA ignored us. The consequences were inevitable. 2022, after completing construction of the station, our situation was critical. Station management demanded 18 hours of work every day, 7 days a week, from everyone, regardless of age or health condition. Our peaceful protest was met with a disproportionate use of force, which included stun guns. They thought it would break us, just like the countless protests they broke back on Earth. The thing is, out here, it's not so easy to call for reinforcements. Workers outnumbered guards 40-1, and one stun gun charge held only 15 rounds. The ESA's management had effectively shot themselves in the foot. It was over before they could realize. Only 7 hours passed before O'Neill 1 and O'Neill 2 declared independence and became First Nations established outside of Earth. Here we go, unions. Gotta love them. It's good. Hold the man accountable. The Green Death. I think we already read that. Chrome Knight Love. Croman's mask glinted in the light of a settling sun like a beacon in the dark of this rotten city. Lucille's heartbeat began to quicken. Her legs trembled beneath her. Hot blood pumped through her veins in a way she didn't know it could. He looked at her, his strong, masculine figure towering over the bloodied corporate corpse, which just a moment ago had violently tried to defile Lucille's virtue. What's the matter with me? Her mind raced. Why him? Why me? Hundreds of questions burned inside her brain, but when she finally parted her lips to speak, only one question emerged. Who are you really? Roman took Lucille into his cold metal hands. She flinched at the touch. You know I can't tell you that. They'll find you. They'll rip my secret out of you any way they can, and then kill you. I don't care about any of that. I love you. I love you. She couldn't feel his face, his real one, concealed under that veil of chrome. She could have sworn she could hear a note of emotion in his deep voice. You love a dream. You don't know who hides under this mask. I don't care what you look like. But if I'm disfigured, I'll pay for the operation. And if I'm an android, it doesn't matter. And suddenly, in one swift motion, Croman removed the mask to reveal the face of Demeter de la Veil. If I'm a woman? Lucille stood there, dumbstruck. A tempest of emotion swirled in a frenzy throughout her being. But after a moment passed, the storm calmed, and she smiled warmly, taking her savior's face into her hands. The proverbial clouds of her tumultuous mind began to part. Lucille was beginning to see clearly at last. How many times does a woman need to say she loves you? Lucille smirked and whispered softly, before you believe her. Cool. I like it. Look at all these dissatisfied customers with Delamain. All right, let's go talk to Takamura. Like, I'll do the Delamain stuff, but let's meet with Takamura and see what's up. I don't think he's gonna want to be waiting too long. Whoa. You know, it's as the more that we play this game, the more I really don't think I would want to live in this world. Like, it's cool that we have all this technology and stuff. But man, you can just like feel the depression of it all. You know, like you can tell that there's massive income disparity, that people are making the wrong choices with what to do with like automation and stuff. Like, it really is just so difficult to get on board with like what this world has to offer here. And it's really a shame, right? Like, there's so much potential and like the human nature of like the drive to accumulate resources and, you know, seeing resources as equivalent to safety, which in a lot of ways they are. Like, you just see the way that like people just hoard wealth and dehumanize each other. You get people so cyborged out that there's not a bunch of empathy. People just walk around aimlessly on the streets trying to figure out what to do, chasing stuff. Like, it's just not a real tenable place to live. I would not be a fan. All right. Let's see what Takamura's got for us here.
Sit. You do not look so bad. Then, in the car, I doubted you would survive.
Why'd you help me anyway?
I needed you to leave. That hasn't changed.
Okay, so here we are again. Here we are again. Power. Being cryptic equals power. This guy is a guy that all we know is that he was present shortly after Yorinobu killed his father. He has an ulterior motive for our existence and for wanting us to be alive and for wanting to work with us. And there's no way that he's going to let that on immediately. And we shouldn't expect him to. We should expect that he's going to keep as many cards to the chest as he possibly can, and he's going to be very cryptic. So I am going to approach this similarly. Because if I let on too much, if I give him an inch, he's probably going to take a yard. So this is going to be a real chess match here for a second until we start to slowly whittle into being a little bit more direct with each other, if that even happens. I'm going to be curious to see how this happens. All right, we are already at a disadvantage because Takamura has invited us somewhere. Now we're in public. He's already sitting here, and he has the advantage of having planned out this conversation. We are already at a disadvantage coming into this because we have to react to what he says to us. We can't really come in with much of a plan. We don't really get to say, I'm going to go in and make sure I say and do this. We have to be ready to be on the defensive by nature because he has all the cards and knows what he's going to say to us. So we're going to listen. We're going to take it in. We're going to ask questions. We're not going to let on that we don't know what the hell's going on. And we're certainly not going to show any panic with the idea that we don't have information. Information is power. We both know this. We're going to play it cool. So I'm not going to ask about the biochip, right? This, if I tell him If I ask this question about the biochip, that lets on to Takamura where my mind is, right? That I'm making an assumption that this has to do with the biochip. I'm not going to let that on. I'm going to let him give me the information instead of me feeding it. A lot of us have a tendency to do this. We make assumptions about what people's intentions are, and we act on those assumptions instead of allowing people to tell us what they are overtly. So there's no reason for me to ask this question, because now he knows where I am. I'm in a one-down position. I'm holding my cards to the vest as well, especially in reaction to the fact that he's the one who summoned me here. So we're going to ask him what he wants. I'm not going to assume what he wants.
What do you actually want from me?
To begin, you must tell me where to find Evelyn Parker.
Evelyn? What's she to you?
She and Yorinobu Arasaka had intimate relations. She knows how to get to him.
You're thinking I ought to have a word with her myself. She promised to help me get rid of the chip.
I would not count on that. She's likely gone, very far away.
Okay. So my
There's no time to waste, B.
So my usefulness to him, as I understand it, is to find Evelyn, because he can't find her. So now I have some power because he has let on that I am useful to him in some kind of way. I'm curious to know more about why he wants to get in touch with Evelyn. I don't know that he's going to give me that information, but he just answered his own question. He basically said, I don't know where she is. I don't know what help he thinks I'm going to do.
Just answered your own question about where Evelyn is. Long gone.
Why do you believe she could help you remove the chip? Does a corporation help her?
I have no idea. He is totally letting on. Well, one of two things. Either he has no idea, and he really is trying to get information from me, or he knows all of this, and he's asking questions to see where I'm at. I don't know that I trust this guy enough yet. Like, did he bail me out of that situation in the junkyard and, you know, revive me and get me to Vic? Yes. But I don't know that I trust that he's coming from a total space of having no idea what's going on. My sense is that I'm going to assume that he already knows this stuff and that he's trying to see where I am. So I'm not going to let on. I have no idea. I have no freaking idea. Why would I don't know anything about her. I met her for like 10 minutes.
V? Got no clue. Evelyn was knowledgeable about the relic. Had a large chunk of classified info. An enigma to be sure. But she showed that slyness you get in corpo agents. You know the kind.
I too possess this slyness you speak of.
You got tossed out, lumped with the outcasts, easily. Or have you forgotten? Is that all? Really should be going.
Wait. Yorinobu Arasaka must answer for this crime of patricide.
Looking for justice. In Night City.
I seek revenge. Much more feasible here. I have allies prepared to bring Yorinobu to his knees. The only thing I need is proof.
And you think they'll trust the word of a merc?
I have nothing better now. Also, I know no one here. And I am a fugitive. I am hunted.
Interesting. So Takamura has loyalties elsewhere. Sounds like Yorinobu is not like somebody he was really caring much about. So he must be loyal to either an ideal, right, or to people outside of Arasaka. But I want to know what he stands to gain from this. People don't do things for purely altruistic reasons. As much as people love to believe that altruism is something that is this noble principle, and it's something we should all aspire to, Literally nobody acts out of pure altruism. Everything anybody does has some sort of selfish intention to it. People do not do things unless they perceive it as having some level of benefit to them, even if they perceive sacrifice as being of benefit to them because it's something that they believe in. There is really no such thing as pure altruism. So this guy has a specific reason that he's asking for this information. I don't know that I personally care what that motivation is, but it is important information for me because I need to know what's at stake for him in this ask. So if I show up and I say that I was present for that and I saw what happened, that is me putting my neck in a really risky situation. I need to know that me doing that is worth it. He knows I know. He knows I was there. But just as much as they're not going to necessarily believe what he says if he discloses how Saburo Arasaka died, they're not necessarily going to believe that I was standing in a server on the other side of a one-way glass watching it all happen. So he needs my buy-in, which means he's going to have to give me some extra information at some point because I'm not about to do this just because it seems like the right thing to do. I don't possess the same ties that this guy does. I don't have the same loyalties. And a lot of people come into these types of interactions assuming that they can just passively get people to understand the importance of the loyalties that they're acting on. And that is not how these things work. You have to be willing to disclose this because I have nothing to gain. Right? In the same way that he has he has some sort of personal agenda in this, I have my own personal agendas to attend to that don't align with your own. So you have to sell this to me. You don't get to come at me as if it's just this big important thing and not tell me what it is and what you have at stake in it. Exactly, Ninja. You want me... So you're asking me to put myself in massive danger right now.
So what? We stroll into Arasaka HQ and announce that Yorinobu's a kin killer? That he murdered Saburo?
That was really interesting. You see how I just willy-nilly said that shit? And he immediately turns and looks around and scans the area. The information that I possess is dangerous to him. It shows in his body language. Immediately, I say that out loud, which, by the way, was pretty risky. Pretty dumb for me to say it like that. He immediately turns and scans the area. Oh, shit. If the wrong person hears what I just disclosed, I'm in huge trouble. So he's afraid of something. He is in trouble. I know he said he's being hunted, right? But this information is something that either Arasaka Corporation is going to want to have come out and might even extort out of us, or is going to want to cover up, and we have no idea which one it is. We don't know what anybody's loyalties are. A very interesting little piece of body language there to see him scan the environment when I said that. We get a lot of information about him and where he's at and what information is poignant and strong for us to hold.
We'll get the hearing before reasonable people in a neutral location.
No.
Certain procedures will be used to establish the truth.
You really believe that?
Forget it.
In that case, another option. You are dying. You do not know how to save yourself. A chip, the relic, is a culprit. Technology made by Arasaka. Technology they alone know. This corporation can save you as easily as it can make you disappear. It is merely about getting the right people on your side. Politics.
Now, I appreciate that he is bringing that into this conversation. However, he should have started with that. You gotta be, chat, when you are creating interactions, and you're the one that's in control of the interaction as Takamura is here, you have got to be smart about your order of operations. They matter. Takamura started with his own agenda. He started with what's of benefit to him. He's scared. He's on the run. He wants to figure out how to make that go away. He wants to find Evelyn Parker. It was all about what I can do for him. Then he follows it up by basically saying, Here's what I can potentially do for you. I know what's happening. I know that your personality is being overrun by Johnny Silverhand because of the chip. People at Arasaka can help you out. If he was smarter about this interaction, he would have started with that. Because now when I hear that information, I'm already on the defensive. I'm being told this basically as a kicker. If he was really smart, what he would have started with is, I know what's happening in your mind. You start with validation and empathy. I know that you're being overrun. You're probably scared. You probably have no idea what to do. And I'm sure everybody that you've talked to so far has told you that this is irreversible. That's not true. I know people at Arasaka that can get this to be reversed. It's possible. I know people that know the chip. I'm listening. Right? Now, he says, in order for us to get there, we have to get the right people. In order for us to get the right people, here's what we need to do. He doesn't even at that point have to let on what his agenda is. He literally could just appeal to my fear that I'm losing who I am to potentially get me to agree to do something that's of benefit to him. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, well, Jesus, Dr. Mick, that sounds really manipulative that you would think of it that way. In some ways it is, but those two things stand true no matter what order you put them in. And this is why when I talk about focus on what you can control in an interaction instead of on the reaction of somebody else, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Takamura could have really thought about how he was going to curate this information in a way that was going to sell it to me and get me on board, and he did not do that. I am now more on the defensive. I'm willing to listen to this, but you've already told me a bunch of shit that I have to do in order to make this happen to put myself in danger, and now I'm making more of a calculation of whether this is actually worth my time. Order of operations is very important. Empathy should always come before problem solving. Always.
Exactly what kind of people are we talking about?
People who hold Arasaka dear are its heart. People interested in the corporation's stable growth.
Okay, so corporate people. You're not appealing to me, buddy. I'm a nomad.
You mean people like Anders Hellman?
You know this name? How?
Prepped for the heist, thoroughly. Relic is Hellman's design, his creation.
Untrue. He's a pawn. I was thinking of one much more powerful. Besides, Anders Hellman escaped to Arasaka. Betrayed it.
He looks around again. What are you scanning for? Oh, we're watching TV. It's a true honor. The honor is mine. Now, Hanaka-sama, I would first like to ask you.
Fucking Saka scums everywhere.
Hey, I was listening to that.
Shut up. Nobody except you wants to watch that shit about that corpo cunt.
What did you say?
Calm down, buddy.
You heard me.
Let it go, Takamura.
Yeah, what are you doing?
At least one of you's got some fucking sense.
He just gave me a lot of information there, chat. You've got to read people's body language. You have to watch people's responses if you want to get an idea of what they're about. It's emotional responses like this that often can let things on significantly. What I just learned about Takamura is that if there is anything that even suggests that a person is like anti-corpo, anti-Arasaka, this dude takes it as a personal affront. He's willing to start shit with a guy who's standing behind the bar here at this restaurant because he turned off a TV channel that had people he cares about on it. I don't know about you, but that doesn't exactly instill confidence in me that this guy can keep a level head, especially when corporate heads who are fighting against what we have to say show themselves out. Like, this dude has a heavy emotional investment. And I get it. He's scared because he's being hunted, but he just gave us so much information there. Keep a level head, man. I can't be working with somebody who's going to lose their shit at something that small. But it does also show us that he's not lying to us when he shows that he has some form of passion and give a damn about what it is that's going on. But that interaction with that guy at the counter has told us more about him than anything that we have had with him in this one-on-one.
Last thing we want to do is to draw attention.
I'm sorry. A stupid reflex.
Yes. You need to acknowledge. Okay, so Takamura, if we're gonna like work through this, Takamura needs to acknowledge his anger. He needs to acknowledge his fear. Acknowledge that this is something that creates an intense emotional response for him, and that he is likely to fly off the handle if he doesn't focus on controlling his behavior amidst the emotion of this. It is okay that this makes him emotional. It's okay that he's afraid. And if I'm V here, I'm going to say that to him. Hey, man, I get it. You're afraid. I am too. We're afraid for different reasons, but we can bind ourselves on that fear. And if you want me to work with you, man, you have to acknowledge that fear is going to be ever present in our interactions with people. And if you're not confident in your ability to control your behavioral responses to that emotion, then you and I need to work on that before we're even going to remotely set foot in front of the Arasaka Corpos. And you have to be pretty firm about that. It's a boundary that I as V have to set. I can't trust you if you're going to fly off the handle like that, man. So we're going to learn to acknowledge that emotional experience, and we're going to work with that emotional experience instead of against it. And we're not going to just act like that's some sort of reflex you can't control.
Thanks for the offer. Need to think about it. Get back to you.
I need time to plan, organize. You stand to gain much if you help me. All I ask is that you do not leave the city.
Leave? Why would I leave? Need help. Best chance I'll find the right person here.
Someone other than Arasaka specialist? There's no one. No alternative.
Actually, we just talked about some. Anders Hellman. He invented the relic. If I want to get rid of it, he's my man. And if that means picking another fight with Arasaka, so be it.
Hellman defected from the company. I myself spent many days looking for him. What's the expression? Dropped off the face of the earth.
Somebody's been busy the last few days.
I will not sit and do nothing when there is information to be found. Things to prepare.
Your job, basically.
It was my job.
Yeah, now you're trying to find a sense of purpose amidst all this too, which again, you have a lot. This dude's got a lot of personal stuff at stake.
There's no time to waste, B.
Why are you looking for Hellman?
He was the one to alert Saburo-san to Yorinobu's schemes. He knew both of them well and could be an important witness.
Corpo rats will squeal when hanging by their tails.
For several days, I collected the information. All leads point to one place. The club called the Afterlife. I was quickly dismissed by the queen of fixers there, Rogue.
Mean to say you worked for Saburo, yet got no idea how to talk to the high and mighty.
She wished to have nothing to do with the man accused of murdering Saburo Arasaka.
Rogue's well informed. Gets wind of most things that happen in the city. Might be worth asking her about Hellman.
Oh. If I heard that correctly, that means that Takamura is the fall guy. Now I get it. So he has been pinned as potentially the guy who got Saburo instead of, I mean, which makes sense. Yorinobu is not going to be the guy that people suspect. But now I understand why this is so intense for him. They're after him because they think he's the one that did it. I mean, of course Yorinobu's going to sell him out. Yeah, I mean, what's he going to... Oh, yeah, I did it. I choked my dad out. No, there's not... The toxicology report, if they're even going to do one, is not going to turn up poison. But they're probably not going to do one. And sure, maybe he feels like he failed Saburo. But I don't... I mean, he could have never expected that was going to happen. But I could totally see them trying to pin that on him. For sure. Right? Because he's the only other one that would have been with him. It's a logical explanation. Especially since Yorinobu has so much influence. Regardless, whether it's self-blame for the fact that he killed Saburo by not protecting him, or whether it's the fact that it's been pinned on him, now I can see why there's so much at stake here. He's a guy who has a lot of information. And so there are two sides that want him. And one of those sides probably would rather him be dead.
I wish you luck. The woman is choosy, expensive, and rude.
With a bit of luck, I'll track down Evelyn.
If she could not help you before, she will not manage to now.
Honor among thieves. Ever heard of it?
Yes, I thought it ironic. Thieves have none. There's just honor, I believe.
Yorinobu Arasaka would agree, I'm sure.
That Parker woman will not help you. Were I you, I would think about a plan B. I cannot stay here any longer. Do what you want. Look for Parker, Hellman, whoever. I must see some friends. Call in some favors. When my people in Arasaka are ready to listen, I will call you.
Till then, I guess.
If by some miracle you find Hellman, please notify me. He and I have unfinished business.
What the hell are you doing here?
Zapper dumples and filth. In some ways, Night City never changes. Arasaka's still a despotic machine and the world's on a collision course with chaos. But hey, at least Rogue's still alive.
You know, you got some nerve. First you had to kill me, now you want to be my pal. Make like nothing happened.
You know you don't gotta speak out loud to talk to me.
What do you want?
And I've processed some shit, changed my mind. Don't want you dead anymore.
Go fuck yourself, dickwipe.
Hey, wasn't easy for me either. You woke up in a landfill, I woke up in your head. Wrestling with your thoughts, memories. Think we're even. And I've taken a step back, looked at things. Think we might be able to help each other. We could start with Rogue. Her and I go back to the Stone Age.
Okay. All right, hear me out. Hear me out. It's impossible to know whether V and Johnny Silverhand are autonomous individuals in the mind of V. So I have been influenced somewhat by Johnny's convictions to a point that at times it's hard for me to differentiate if it's my thought or his. What's to say the same thing can't happen to Johnny? Meaning, what's to say that Johnny's processing some shit and no longer wanting me dead is V's cognitive influence being injected into Johnny Silverhand And now my projection of Johnny Silverhand is conflated with my V desire to survive. Like, this is an absolute mindfuck, right? For the lack of a better word. I don't have a better word for it. That, like, it's impossible for me to know. We don't know how much of this is Johnny Silverhand's autonomy versus our projection. Like, we're so melded. He saw all my memories. I'm seeing his. Does he want to live because he decided he wants that? Or does he want to live because I want to live and he's captive to my mind at this moment, and maybe that changes over time? This is the kind of thing that would make a person feel and act crazy. This would be terrifying. Like, in a lot of ways, playing as this is incredibly unsettling, because this would be just a forced loss of autonomy where you are constantly questioning your perception of everything, wondering if it's your perception, if it's Johnny's perception, or if it's a connection between the two, that it's its own thing. It is, I mean, just terrifying. And it really gets into the power of how much many of us value our autonomy. Not just autonomy of body, but autonomy of mind. And we're losing that. Oh, boy. So for me to say I don't trust you isn't entirely fair.
So, you ready?
You're the ghost of Chris's past, asshole. Any friends you had are either dead or so old their memory's gone.
Johnny Silverhand died a legend. Nobody forgets that.
So you fucking know Rogue. What do I say to her? Got a talking brain tumor claims it's her old friend Johnny?
Trust me, Rogue's heard dumber shit than that. Way back when you weren't even an itch in your daddy's ballsack.
Don't need convincing. Seeing your memories, gross.
Rogue will dance to any tune I play her. Just get us to the afterlife.
So this is really interesting because you can see V's denial in this conversation choice. Right? There's no us. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. This is okay. Here's another mind-blowing part of this, chat. We're going to have some really amazing conversations with this. I know we are. This gets into the whole conversation of perception as reality. This is happening. Johnny Silverhand is sitting at this table with his feet kicked up on the table, and we are interacting with him internally. Nobody else sees him. We see him. That is, it's true. Nobody else in this diner would believe me if I told them that Johnny Silverhand was sitting on this chair talking to me because of a cybernetic implant that's in my mind, and that the two of us are being fused. Everybody in that diner would look at me like I'm crazy. There would be very little, if any, validation, which is all the more horrifying for people who, in reality here in 2022, experience hallucinations or hear voices, experience certain symptoms of psychosis. And then to have the world deny that makes it all the more isolating and scary. And I bring this up because when I worked on the crisis and suicide hotline, one of the things that we learned and had to implement, and I implement this as a therapist as well, is that we have to meet people at their reality. That if a person tells me that they see Johnny Silverhand sitting at a table and they're adamant that that's the case, there's really no good in me fighting against that and suggesting otherwise. I have to work with that. I have to build trust. I have to acknowledge that even if I don't see Johnny Silverhand sitting here, I can still acknowledge the emotional experience of V having Johnny Silverhand in his mind. I just use this as an opportunity to point out how isolating severe psychosis and mental illness can be, because people don't believe you, because they're not in your mind. Now, V is going to deny that there's no us, but yes, there is. Johnny's with us whether we want it or not.
There is no us.
I don't like how that pizza's on that tray. Dude, that guy's taking like 1,000,000 bites out of his burger. Look at this guy. This guy's hungry. Oh, man. Dude, it's not 2022 anymore, bud. You don't have to wear that mask anymore. But I respect it. Oh, man. I mean, this game gets so complex so quick with all these themes. It really is something.
Hey, look.
Interesting.
Would you look at that? You see it too, right?
Either gone completely whacked or I'm having a mystical moment.
What's that chick's name? The one with the hair?
Misty? Eh, more likely a neuron misfire for Victor to check out. Or maybe I ask them both.
What? Oh, man. This is a trip, man. This is a real trip. Alright, so what do we... Alright, what do we have here? Main jobs. You decided to find a chick who put the first class shit show. She had a job. You took it because there's nowhere else to knock some sense into your gonk head. I'm here now, but so what? The search and rescue bullshit's a dead end, but that's not what's to stop you. Maybe Evelyn will. Who knows? Sure seems like she doesn't want to be. So I can call... Alright, so we'll call Judy and we'll see if she can maybe shed some light on what's going on. I think that's... I don't think that's a terrible idea.
V? That you? Shit. Thought you were... gone.
You're not alone in thinking me dead. Thought it was game over for me too.
Things went ass up, huh? Not as planned.
You heard about the heist, I take it. Must have, talked to Evelyn.
Didn't need to. Whole damn city's heard.
Listen, need to find Evelyn.
I really don't want to talk about her.
Finish this another time.
Really?
Right, so then what? Listen, need to find Evelyn.
I really don't want to talk about her. What'd I just say? Drop it. I won't tell you again.
Judy, you're my one hope. The only lead I got. I gotta find her. And I know you can help me do that.
Who told you I won't?
Can we meet? Let's meet, please. You at Lizzie's?
I see. I don't think V handled that particularly well. Like, again, you gotta help people feel like it matters to them too. Like, she's got a boundary there. So I could certainly escalate and basically say, like, you know, I'm desperate and I know that you don't really have reason to trust me, and so I just need you to be cool and meet with me, which is kind of what he did. But like, Judy's obviously got her reasons, is probably in danger or worried about what this is going to mean or whatever. And so, like, I have to be willing to meet her where she's at with that. You can't just ask people for shit and not really give them some reason to work with you. Where is my car? I still can't. Oh, wait. There we go. Hey! I got my car back.
In the wake of
Beautiful.
at NUS bases, President Myers has openly blamed the Republic of Texas for the attacks. In a swift reprisal, NUS forces carried out a series of bombings on Texan airports in Wellington and El Paso. Although both sides have expressed a desire to avoid further escalation of the conflict, bookies have put the odds of a full-blown border war at 3-1. That concludes today's World News segment. Please join us again next time.
What are these? Oh, I'm loving it, Jonathan. Absolutely loving it. Am I supposed to, like...
Well.
Out we go. All right, let's see what Judy's got for us.
Hey, haven't I seen you here before? Got a good memory for faces. Here for a good time.
Yeah, you could call it that.
Need to talk to Punch and Judy. She in her den?
Yep.
I didn't say Evelyn because I don't want to raise suspicion, and I think to ask for Evelyn specifically would maybe raise suspicion. So we're gonna just ask for Judy.
What a you're out.
Little face you have. Feast your eyes on me. Tell me, baby, do I look inspired?
Don't mind me. What's up, friends? I'm not gonna read that.
Judy's embarrassing herself. Hey, where are you going? Nothing to say back here.
And that crazy ass base in this area is.
Stop telling every joy toy you meet to come here. What the hell I'm supposed to do with them all? You so concerned about strays? Go take care of your guest.
Suze, we're not done here.
Oh yeah, we fucking are.
What was that all about, Judy?
You just don't give up, do you? Got nothing more to say to each other. Thought I made that clear. Or was I just too subtle for you?
What was that all about?
Everyone in this city lives in their own goddamn bubble. And either you fly high or sink into quicksand.
Susie seems to know what she wants. She your boss?
You come all this way just to play who's who at the Mox?
Moxes and nomads don't seem so different. Both seem to yammer a lot about community. Solidarity. Classic dilemma. What comes first? Family or the outside
This is
world?
a club. Nobody cares about your lofty worldviews.
She is very obviously stressed out about something and doesn't want us to know what that is. That's fine. However, this is making this a little bit more tenuous of a situation because Judy was not this on edge the last time we saw her. Now, she seems to be a person who is slow to warm up, who is rather skeptical of newcomers. She was relatively resistant to Evelyn when we were first trying to do the BD stuff, and Evelyn had to coerce her a bit to open up to us. She's even more on edge now than she was, which tells me that either Evelyn was a stabilizing force for her, or she's just got some real shit going on here and is maybe worried about her involvement in this, given the fact that it went south. I mean, she is inadvertently part of this, and people know that she's connected to Evelyn. And I'm essentially asking her to start talking about this maybe in a way that she's not prepared for. So I'm going to, if I'm V here, I have to play this slow. I have to acknowledge that she's upset, and I'm certainly not going to take it personally. It'd be very easily here to see her frustration being targeted at me and to just take it personally and get frustrated with her. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to acknowledge that this anger probably has everything to do with like being out of control with a lot of stuff that happened, and I'm an easy thing to exert control over as a form of overcompensation. So we're just gonna take it in stride, and we're gonna be as real and chill with her as we can, and hopefully we can get her to work with us and give us some information.
Listen, have you seen Evelyn? Need to talk to her. It's important.
Why? So you can make her your scapegoat for your train wreck of a heist.
Ah, so she's protective of her.
Seem to know how the heist went. Meaning you did talk to her.
I know how you fucked up. Got all your Joombas killed like a real pro.
Okay. Okay. She doesn't respect me. She blames me for all this. She wasn't there. She doesn't have all the info. She has Evelyn's biased story. Again, we're not going to take this personally. It's very easy for us to get angry at Judy here. How dare you accuse me? How dare you blah, 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 blah. We're not going there. Okay? We're not going to take what she says to us personally. She has every right to be frustrated too. We're going to work with her as best we can. We cannot control how she engages with us. We can control how we respond.
Caught some lead myself too.
Boo-hoo. Occupational hazard for you mercs.
Sure, I took a risk. We all did. But it was Evelyn who gave it to us in the first place. She knew what this was from the start.
Fine. Looks like we're all in this piss pot together. But you're desperate. Writing's on your face.
Yep, we're going to just own it. We're going to acknowledge it.
Okay, let's just say I'm pretty much fucked. Biochip we clept during the heist is killing me. Albeit slowly. Evie commissioned the job. I know how to stop that. That's why I need to know who hired her.
Let's say I believe you. All right. Evelyn's a doll. Used to work at Clouds. I'd look for her there.
Where is that?
Sig case on my table's got the address. Take it, and once you find Evelyn, give it to her.
That was a ridiculously quick change of heart. Maybe because I didn't attack her. That was very interesting how fast she was willing to change that.
Mega Tower. Luxurious.
Wait. Let me know how she's doing. Okay?
I'll give you a call, okay?
Thanks. Thank you, V.
You're welcome. Oh boy.
A doll. Why am I not surprised?
You're an engram and a fading mind. Nothing should surprise you anymore.
So we gonna hit this place, Clouds?
Why the hell not?
What a freaking trip, man.
I think I just woke up one day looking like this. This is real life, not no fairy tale. I'm a woman. That demands sacrifice. It's hard work, never easy.
Fair enough.
Oh, so this is what fucking sororal solidarity looks like now. Locker room digs.
Don't mind me. Just inspecting.
What are you staring at? Got something to say? Say it.
No, ma'am. Actually, why not you and Judy? What'd you argue about? Oh, shit.
Heated exchange there with Judy. What was that all about?
How's this any of your business? Gonna follow up with your own sermon on responsibility for others? Go on, your high horse is waiting.
I'm just curious.
One thing I know about curiosity, won't get you shit unless you got the fists and the ass to back it up.
You know what happened to Evelyn Parker?
Why are you asking me? You talked to Judy about her already.
Sure, but you're the boss. You might know something more.
Evelyn jumped the Mox ship a long time ago. And anyone not a Mox is not my damn problem.
Fair enough. All right. I'm just gonna take your ammo and your money and leave. Thank you very much.
Forget Evelyn. What a sweet. Admit it. This is about Judy's virtues, isn't it? Good shit, if I say so myself.
They call me Mr. Hands. If you're looking for Pacifica jobs, call me.
Name's V. And what? No, pleased to meet you?
Mr. Hands.
I'm truly honored to meet you. You got any biz, call me.
I'll call Mr. Hands. Mr. Hands.
Back to our chat. When do we meet? Face to face?
Never. I don't got a name, don't got a face. To you, I'm Mr. Hands, guy on the phone. Take it or fuck off.
Heard Nat Watch has been hanging around lately.
Opened a goddamn gate to hell in that gym. Got those voodoo boys sitting in their running chairs so bad, power use in the whole district dropped by half.
You worried?
Know what keeps the biz flowing, V? The status quo. You ain't got that, biz goes to shit. Next time, don't ask about stuff like that over the phone.
Noted.
Gotta run.
Don't waste any time.
Well, wait a minute. I wanted to call you to work. If you call me, it's to talk biz. I don't do chit chat. All right. Well, I called you to talk biz, Mr. Hands.
Back to our chat. How'd you wind up with Pacifica in your hands? Hands.
Belong together. I used to be somebody, now I'm under the radar. Lot more going down in Pacifica than people think. And once they do think, it'll be too late.
Gotta run.
All right.
Don't waste any time.
Whatever, man. You call me and say you want to work, and then you don't want to work. Talk to Misty. Find all the tarot graffiti in the city. Talk to Victor. Maybe these strange images you're seeing really do exist, or maybe the biochips already turned your brain into scooping salmon casserole. Whatever the case, spotting these symbols in unexpected places feels like a mystery begging to be solved. Your shoes, I'd have a word with Victor or that chakra chick about these. Should interest at least one of them. All right. Let's go see what they got to say about them. I'm intrigued. Can't break into these. Wait, there's another one?
What's this?
Man, these things were... Ow! Holy shit! Yo! Yo! Can't you see I'm scanning shit that may or may not actually be here? Oh shit, what happened to this guy? Yo, you alright, bud? I'm gonna take your sniper ammo. And how about I get you out of the way here, man? Holy shit. People are more likely to find you if there's two of you together. I don't really know if that was the right way to handle that, but... Why the radio just shut off? Hey, radio. Play songs. My God. Alright, we'll do a nice quiet ride. Yeah, that guy must have, yeah, he got hit by a car like I did, I guess, yeah. I've noticed that of all the glitches that are, like, I guess possible in this game, I've had more audio glitches than anything else. Like, that seems to have really been the thing that gets messed up here.
You want trouble? And I tell you, no! The Arasakas are no ordinary. They're not even human! Vampires belong!
Alright, Misty, what do you got for me?
Saw a weird image out on the street. Seems like your line of work.
What'd it look like?
I grabbed a scan. Take a look.
Tarot. Major Arcanum. What you saw was a sign from a higher power.
The what now? Major Arcanum?
Tarot card, archetype, knowledge held in symbolic form, a stage in your journey through life. Take your pick.
Either way, you're saying some higher power's talking to me through tarot cards.
Or to Silverhand. Or both of you, seeing as you form a harmonious whole at the moment.
You know, it'd be a little easier if this higher power learned to be direct.
Well, the world is a maze of illusions. It's not easy for the light to shine into the prison of our earthly existence.
Right. Great. So, what do I do with a sign I can't understand from a power I know nothing about?
I'd start by looking for more of them. The tarot describes a road, so go down it.
Still don't know what I'm supposed to do with what I find.
Look for more images. They must have some connection to the place where you find them. Think about what you see. You ask me, they've been sent to help you find the truth.
Finding the truth is pretty far down on my list at the moment.
A difficult time is coming when you'll have to choose which road to take. Then, you'll understand.
I don't know.
Come on back when you've found more. I'll help you decipher what you've seen.
I do not like the way that V approached this. if you choose to find somebody who's interested in something that you don't understand, whether it be supernatural or otherwise, if you seek a person out to give you answers and to use whatever expertise they have to describe a thing or to answer the question, do not go into that engagement defensively and acting like somehow you're better than that person by showing skepticism. V does not have to approach Misty here. He doesn't have to go to her and say that he's been seeing some stuff and ask for her opinion on it. If V makes the decision to go talk to her, he doesn't get to be a skeptical dick about what she has to say. Many people do this. There's people that will like go in for tarot card readings in real life, and they will spend the entire time antagonizing the person who reads tarot cards. If you don't want to endorse tarot cards, you don't want to give that any power, you don't want to support the practice, don't go. Stay away from it. Okay? Like, if you're going to go to somebody who understands something that you don't, go in with curiosity. Listen to what they have to say. You can cast your judgments after you leave, but don't come in on the defensive like that. I don't appreciate V's approach to Misty on this. Let's see what Vic has to say about it.
Well, listen, don't laugh, but been seeing some weird shit around town, like murals or something, but I know they're not real.
Just a Karoshi blip. Could take a look.
No, the images are too complex for a blip. It's like they're symbols.
That case is the biochip. Brain can't handle the data overload. Either that, or it's reached the cortex.
Can you do anything?
Nope. Better find a way to get rid of that chip.
Okie dokie. Thank you, Victor.
And I tell you, no! The Arasakas are no ordinary clan. They're not even human!
Go up to the top of this roof and look at the tarot card that's up there. I don't know if we'll end up finding all 20 tarot graffiti, but... Right, I like the difference in perspective there. Like, Vic's basically like, oh yeah, just an anomaly with the chip, and Misty's like, oh yeah, higher power telling you what's up. Thing is, when there is uncertainty for a person, we seek answers. Especially if the uncertainty is something that affects us deeply personally. Okay, like we want to know, we want all uncertain things to become certain. Very rare that we find uncertainty to be appealing. And if we do, it has to be on our terms. This is something that's happening to us. So V is seeking a diverse range of explanations, which is all the more reason, like my point stands about, like, go into those with curiosity. It doesn't mean that you have to take another person's reality or explanation as fact. Like, you don't have to say, like, okay, cool, now what Misty said is true, or now what Vic said is true. This is the importance of diverse perspective on things. You get as many people involved as possible that have different things to say about it. It gives you more to work with. Some people don't like that. Some people like the idea of having a single story that they can just sink their hooks into. It explains it all. We move on throughout my day. Other people like to have stuff to pick out. I tend to fall in the mindset that, like, diverse perspective on things is important, but you don't necessarily need to weigh diverse perspectives equally. That there are legitimately people who know what they're talking about as it relates to something more than others, and those people deserve to have a mind share about it that's proportionate to their expertise. We run into problems when we assume that every single person has an equally useful perspective on something, that everybody's opinion is just as valid on something as everybody else's. That is not true. That's why we have things like education. So we get Misty for sort of the spiritual version of that gives us more direct, clear answers, so to speak. And then we have Vic, who gives us more of the biological explanation that's a little more simple and maybe not as concrete or not as, like, detailed. Vic can't just make shit up in the same way that Misty could. So it's easy to go down the path of Misty because she can just keep answering stuff, whereas Vic's like, I don't know. And I have to acknowledge what I don't know. I can't just make shit up. But it's all in the pipeline of trying to get answers to things that we don't understand. Humans want to understand the world, and we don't really have the ability to understand it fully. We do our best. On top. Whoa. Sniper rifle. I haven't been packing one of those. And I don't have the ability to carry it. I'm a little weenie, apparently. Not like... Oh. Wait, no. The attachment came off. No. That. Pistol. Lisa's tales to his grandson. What's up, Musty? Hello, everybody who's rolling in here and saying hello. Hi, it's good to have you all here. Also, I'm going to use this as an opportunity real quick to say thank you to the VOD watchers for being here as well. I really appreciate just all of you, whether you're here live or whether you're watching the VOD. Thank you for supporting my content. It really does mean a lot to me. Weasel Bub's tales to his grandson. Even before our arrival, many beings in Babylon had lost their minds over this subject, while many others were inching closer to the same fate. The burning question of the day, the question that racked the brains of both pitiful scientists and normal beings of Babylon, was this: do we have a soul or not? There were all sorts of the most fantastic theories on the subject, with new ones appearing all the time, and each and every one of the tempting hypotheses had its supporters. Despite the overwhelming number and diversity of these beliefs, they were all based on one of two completely opposing premises. The first was called atheism, while the other was idealism, dualism. All dualistic hypotheses held the soul existed and, of course, that it was immortal and could suffer many things even after the death of the being. Meanwhile, the atheistic theories held the complete opposite view. In short, my boy, when we came to Babylon, we came upon what could only be called constructing the Tower of Babel. Cool. All right, down we go. Why not just have the elevator go all the way up to the roof? Like, why is there a staircase after the elevator? All right, where do I want to go next? Find all the graffiti in the city. Okay, so these are all cars for Delamain. Seems like the PD's taking an interest in a neighbor of yours. Even sounded like they knew each other. All right, let's do that. Let's see what's going on with our neighbor. See you later, Misty.
Their bodies, they never ate.
Scratch them.
Sir, pull forward, please. All right, up we go. Talk to the cops. Cops are probably, yeah, they're up.
Welcome to N54 News. I'm Jillian Jordan. We begin now with your latest local news. The 54th anniversary of the AHQ disaster is fast approaching. In 2023, Night City was shaken to its core by the detonation of a tactical nuclear bomb in Arasaka's NC headquarters. 12,000 were killed instantly by the blast, and thousands more later succumbed to acute radiation sickness. This tragic incident, which some ultimately attribute to Arasaka's wanton imperialist tendencies, has forever left a mark on our city's history. And now, an important message for Watson residents. The homelessness problem plaguing the district's sewer system will be addressed as fumigation of the tunnels begins tomorrow.
Seriously?
Due to the use of potent neurotoxins, Watson residents are urged to stay clear of storm drains and sewer entrances to minimize risk of injury and death. Next.
Oh my God. We're going to fumigate the sewers and basically kill the entire homeless population in them. And we're going to warn the people who aren't in the sewers that it could kill them. You want to talk about just institutionalized awfulness and privilege? The homeless folks don't have access to that information. They're about to get fumigated. They're about to just get destroyed. They have no access to that info. That's terrible. We treat homeless folks horribly. And we do it because our own empathy is painful. There's a reason we call homeless people hobos, right? Or just the homeless. We dehumanize homeless folks. Because to actually humanize homeless folks and to empathize with that is a whole other level of pain. Like, imagine for a second, you don't have anywhere you can go. You don't have a job. You're turned down. The entire system is holding you down. You do your best to find somewhere to live. You go down into a sewer in order to survive. That's really hard to sit with. Humans tend to find more empathy for animals than we do for humans because we perceive humans. It's been bashed into our heads that humans are capable of pulling themselves out, which doesn't take into account any of the societal forces that hold homeless and poor people down. And we look at animals as helpless. If we could even take a monochrome of the empathy that we experience towards animals that have to live in the sewers, and we applied it to humans, it would be very painful, but it would probably get people to start activating on trying to figure out how to help the homeless, instead of just dehumanizing the shit out of them and fumigating them as if they're rats in the sewer. It's terrible. you're a person who sort of indulges the dehumanization of the homeless, you would do well to really start considering that those are humans that have the same kind of complexity as you do. And if that hurts, if that's hard to sit with, if that makes you anxious, it's because it should. We should take care of each other. You get far enough up the tower, you stop thinking about that stuff. You dehumanize the levels below you, and it's really sad. Because those are people that are in positions to actually help folks. Often the people who are most likely to assist the homeless are people who were once homeless themselves, or are not far from being homeless themselves.
End of eastbound traffic jams on the I-9, long-awaited repairs to Ring Road East may begin as early as next month. Estimates put investment into this major artery at close to 20 million euro dollars, with priority being placed on efficiency and anti-nomad barriers. And that is it for your latest local news. After the break, we have a look at our world report.
At all foods, nature comes first. From the very first stages of food production.
Alright, let's see what's going on with our neighbor.
Hey, what's going on? I live right upstairs.
Just keep on living. Stop minding other people's biz.
Mendez, hold on. It's his neighbor.
Is there anything I can do?
Maybe. You know Barry at all?
More or less. Struck up a convo once or twice.
He's a friend from the precinct. Left the force not long ago. He broke down after his best friend died. We're worried he'll do something stupid.
Relax, Petrova. Barry's got nerves of steel. He's just a spiteful old bastard.
Mendez! Could you check on him when he's chilled down?
Sure, why not? It's not like we're miles apart.
Thanks. Just be patient. Cops falling in rough times can be touchy.
Let's see what I can do.
Cops who haven't fallen on tough times can be touchy. So yeah, it's kind of I mean, I guess probably better me than the police. Talking to police makes me so freaking nervous, man. All right, Barry.
Hey Barry, everything all right in there?
Try talking to Barry in a few hours. All right. Sorry, couldn't help.
I dreamed a dream of an endless sea.
Jeez, there's a lot of Delamain cabs.
The hell?
So I'm curious. Are the Delamain cabs marked on the map? Does not appear that they are. Because I wouldn't mind finding one that's close by.
No. My dreams are nothing but mist, and I'm nothing but down.
You ever gonna stop singing?
No, apparently not, because every time we come across that chick, she's singing.
Huh, interesting.
These are kind of cool, though. I will give them that. Jeez. Find the Delamain cab in the Badlands. That seems like that's far away. Let's find the one in Northside. Good night, Solar Fires. Just a reminder, if you're watching this VOD, you can catch these live 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. We usually chat for about 45 minutes, and then we jump in and we play the game. If you ever want to be here to be live and chat with us, I would love to have you stop by sometime.
Watson are advised not to leave their homes after dark, and always ensure easy access to protective firearms. Schools and hospitals have been closed until further notice. What's next for Pacifica? The district, formerly designed as an oasis of luxury, has become a den for violent gangs and drug addicts. Kang Tao recently expressed interest in the purchase of Pacifica property with the aim of constructing a new server and logistics center. The city government has openly considered selling the land for a single $1 in a symbolic gesture, provided that Kang Tao demonstrates commitment to eradicating the district's criminal presence. Today's final story is
So the city would rather pay $1 to privatize a building and have somebody just eradicate crime, which basically means make more homeless folks who can go down into sewers and be fumigated, than actually invest in some sort of social programs to assist the people that are in that building. Sounds about right. Why pay a lot of money when you could pay $1? It's kind of rough how like close to reality all this is.
welcome one for pet owners. The canine ownership tax will increase to €1,000 per dog per month. Similarly, the fine for possessing an undocumented animal will increase to €40,000. Thank you for tuning in to the N54 local news. Have a pleasant day.
Hard to have a pleasant day when I have the information that y'all have provided. Oh, man. Alright, let's find this Delamain cab.
Provide long-term uninterrupted repair to the neural tissue. The cost of this cutting-edge therapy treatment has been listed at €700,000 per month. For the second consecutive week, the landfill inferno in the remnants of Atlantic City continues to rage on. The 10,000-acre dumping ground ranks among the world's largest and contains both toxic and biological waste. Already, 7 firefighters combating the blaze have died, and another 40 have suffered from severe burns and toxin exposure. The Swedish Academy Award for Literature has announced its latest recipient, Virginia Grantchester, citing her most recent book, In the Shade of an Apple Tree, as a treasure of this generation. Grantchester, who is an AI created by Raven Microcybernetics, has been lauded for several of her works over the years. Her first novel, Requiem for a Samurai, which was published
loud and clear, you don't need to yell. What's up?
Doing a little competition. Shoot, prizes and all. You know, over here with the range.
Is a drama
Yeah, that'd make sense.
century Ireland, and
Well,
is already
you in?
considered a masterpiece of post-collapse literature. This has been
I didn't think big parties were your
Thank you
thing.
for tuning in to N54
Yeah,
News.
well, it ain't a big one, but, you know, running low on heads. Gotta bring in the clients. Attract them and shit.
Could try selling iron straight from the factory. Skip the whole part where you tinker for hours on each little shooter.
V, my dignity, please.
Sure, I'm in. When?
Well, right now. We'll wait on you. See ya.
V, a vehicle of mine went dark near your position.
Fine. Keep an eye out.
For unknown reasons, the coordinates came through corrupted, so I'm unable to determine the precise location.
Well, there's something that's obviously up there. Find the hidden Delamain cab. Oh boy. Don't mind me. Alright, Delamain cab. If I was a Delamain cab, where would I be? Would I be right here? I'd be right here.
Stop where you are!
Easy. Here to help.
Not one step closer!
Oh god.
You hear me? Damn it. Lost him. Hey, slow down.
This thing's like legitimately distressed. Holy crap. Oh my god. Come on, Delamain. Oops. I don't know how to turn my headlights on. I didn't realize that was a thing. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know how to turn my headlights on. What is the button for that? Does anybody know what the button for that is?
Well, there you have it.
I'm grateful, V. I've managed to re-establish contact with the vehicle.
Shock therapy works wonders sometimes.
I'm sending a tow truck and a share of your fee. Yet only one of those is going to your credit account. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. Okay. Not H. Whatever. And a Delamain cab in Wellspring. I'm gonna just hop out. Just hop out. Oops. L? Oh, alright. Well. Why don't I just call a new copy of my car? That's not gonna work, is it? No, sure ain't. Can I get in the Delamain cab? Oh, I can. Never mind, that's not a Delamain cab. That's the Delamain cab. Google says alt. That is not working. Maybe I just don't have headlights. Whatever. Sun's coming up. It's fine. And this Delamain cab's a long way away. Gotta love when the GPS tells you to go right between everything. Oh my god. It's a nice little night drive, chat. Car's huge. Y'all are driving too slow for me. Excuse me. Thank you. This is a really cool city to drive through. Close to Well Springs. It's true, Lemonade. It's true. It is low-hanging fruit. I agree.
You are currently at the exact location where I lost contact with the car.
Fine. I'll have a look around.
Alright, so it seems like this can also just happen organically, that I don't even need to necessarily be chasing after the car in order for Delamain to call me, which is nice. I can just sort of like drive around and do other missions and then have this just come up. Here. Oh, look, this one's driving around. Oh shit. Uh-oh, GPS may not be super helpful here. This is gonna be wild. What the hell is this thing? Moving target on an already trashed GPS. This doesn't bode well. Oh, God. I'm gonna need a better car, I think. There it is. There it is. What up, Delamain?
Beep, beep, motherfucker!
Hey, let's talk.
I'm not going back! Hear me? Try to take me and I'll crush you!
Let's see who crushes who.
Damage Delamain's car? Wait, we're doing a demolition derby now? That means I have to damage my car. Delamain, you better pay me back for this, buddy. Oh my God. Yeah, come on. Come on, Delamain. What do you got? Come on, Delamain.
Today's broadcast with a local news. Next year, Night City will play host to a Japanese festival of culture. The lineup of activities will include anime brain dances, a concert series featuring the year's hottest Aidoru, as well as culinary workshops. The festival's headlining sponsor is the Arasaka Corporation.
What do you got? What do you got, Delamain?
Personal, heartfelt,
Literally having a demolition derby in the middle of Night City.
The population in Night City has risen by 300%. The NCPD has
Yeah, come on. Come on, Del. What do you got? What do you got?
relocate the vagrants outside. The police are asking any willing volunteers eager to help in the effort to report
Delamain, a little help here, buddy. Can you tell me what I need to do? How badly do I gotta damage this guy?
the chance of a criminal record reset to those who actively participate. Night City. What does it mean to you? How well do you know its history? Who is Richard Knight? How many stations are in the NCART system? Which city district boasts the best burrito in town?
Holy crap. Do I have to shoot this thing?
More can be found at the address at the bottom of your screen.
Wait, what? What? I had permission. I had permission from Delamain to do that. What are we doing? He literally chases me, so like... Alright. We're gonna pull the e-brake on this. We're gonna do this. Boom. Holy shit. I better be compensated for this. Seriously. All right, Delamain, I'm coming for you, buddy. Come on! Oh! again.
How fortunate. I've relinked to the vehicle. Thank you. A share of your fee is in your account.
I don't know that that's enough to fix my shit up here, Delamain. Oh my god. Yikes.
You're bad!
Come on. This car is awesome.
Let me paint you a picture. Propane in the winter, snowflake in the summer, no cake and for dinner. Can't hang, hit a chin up.
All right, chat. Those of you that were watching the VOD, I hope you enjoyed part 6. I know we didn't move too much of the plot forward, but we got some interesting information from Takamura. We see a little bit more about how Johnny's integrated into us. We know that we're looking for Evelyn, that we have some idea where she might be. Judy's somewhat reluctant to help. A lot of dynamics that are starting to present themselves, given the fact that this is a shit show. I love the diversity of things to do in this game, so I do like doing some of the side quest stuff just to kind of change the pace. It's a lot of fun to do. Gives us a little bit of more context for the city and how it works and what's going on. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. Please feel free to leave a comment for me.
Can you talk? It is important.
What's important?
I may have found a solution to the problem we share. I have established a contact with an old friend from Arasaka. He's here in Night City now. He's well connected to certain influential people.
Old friend, well connected to the influential. Why so mysterious? Get to the point.
I told you once I would explore options, knock on many doors. There will be a meeting. You, me, and this friend of mine. You will tell him what you told me. The truth of events at Konpeki Plaza. I have little hope that he will be convinced. But it will be a start.
Of all people, you ought to know Night City tests everyone's reliability, even that of old friends. Sure about this guy? Trust him?
Many times we have had the opportunity to kill one another. Yes, I trust him.
Fine. Where's the meet and when?
Japantown. After sunset. I am sending you the precise location. I'll see you there.
Interesting. Okay. Oh. VOD watchers, thank you for watching. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for supporting the stream. Please leave a comment. I love reading them. I don't reply to all of them, but I do read them. Consider buying some merch at drmickmerch.com or becoming a member by hitting the member button right below the video. It's a great way to financially support the stream. It also gives you access to 14 really cool emotes that you can use on the live stream or in chat at any point. I also encourage you to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You might have found the channel from there. Share my stuff on those platforms. It really goes a long way to supporting the channel. And if you think there's anybody that would benefit from hanging out here, by all means, make sure that you tell them about it. I appreciate your support of the stream immensely, and I look forward to when we get to jump into part 7.